Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, we're tackling one of the most iconic sagas in all of One Piece, Alabasta. After the Straw Hats made it through the East Blue and entered the Grand Line, this was a storyline that truly showed fans just how big, emotional, and political One Piece could get. This was the arc that raised the stakes, introduced one of Luffy's first truly major enemies, and proved that this series was about way more than just random pirate adventure. But before we get any further, make sure to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss another update. Now without further ado, let's get it. Adapted from Ichiro Oda's manga, the Alabasta Saga covers the Straw Hats' arrival in the desert kingdom of Alabasta as they try to help Princess Vivi stop a full-scale civil war. Alabasta ran from 2001 to 2002 in the anime and spans a total of 74 episodes. So, let's get into the story. Reverse Mountain. As the Straw Hats approach the Grand Line, they survive a storm, escape a deadly calm belt and its Sea King, and ride the current up Reverse Mountain. After crashing down the other side, they collided with Laboon, a giant whale blocking their path, and are swallowed into his body. Inside, they meet Crocus and cross paths with the mysterious Mr. Nine and Miss Wednesday, whom Luffy quickly defeats. Crocus reveals Laboon had waited over 50 years for a pirate crew that snaked his ass and never came back after promising to never forget their friend. Why would you do this to Laboon? Yo, I'ma shed some tears for Laboon. And because of that, he's been continuously raging and bucking his head. Look at all the scars on this guy. Like, dog, what are you doing? You're gonna end your own life. Moved by this, Luffy declares Laboon his new friend and promises to return back to play with him after his own adventure's done, paints his Jolly Roger on the whale, and receives a log post from Crocus, making their way so they can set sail toward Whisky Peak. Whisky Peak. As the Straw Hats enter the Grand Line, they reach Whisky Peak after surviving its wild and unpredictable weather. Because the log pose needs time to reset, they dock there and are surprisingly welcomed like heroes by the townspeople, who throw them a huge feast and get them wasted. While most of the crew relax and fall asleep, Zoro and Nami stay alert, and their suspicion proves to be right when the townspeople are revealed to be bounty hunters from a secret criminal organization called Baroque Works. Zoro single-handedly defeats wave after wave of attackers, including Mr. 8, Mr. 9, Miss Monday, and Miss Wednesday. Soon, however, the truth comes out that Miss Wednesday is actually Princess Vivi of Alabasta, and Mr. 8 is one of her loyal subjects from the kingdom, Igaram, her royal guard, both working undercover to stop Baroque Works from destroying her kingdom. Vivi reveals that the organization's leader, Crocodile, one of the 7 warlords of the seas, is behind the madness, but no one else knows his identity. After Igaram is seemingly killed protecting Vivi, the Straw Hats choose to take Vivi with them and set sail for Little Garden. Diary of Koby. Also, Koby gets recruited into the Marines by Vice Admiral Garp for trying to help stop Morgan from escaping, this ugly-ass dude with the big metal jaw that Luffy defeated in the last saga. So, good for Koby. Little Garden. With Vivi aboard, the Straw Hats land on Little Garden, a prehistoric island where dinosaurs roam and everything feels enormous. While Luffy and Vivi explore, Nami and Usopp meet Broggy, and later, the crew learns about Broggy and Dory, 2 giants from Elbaf who had been dueling for 100 years. Their pride, strength, and sense of honor deeply inspires Usopp, who sees them as the kind of brave warriors that he wants to become. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen with your lion bitch ass, but we'll see, Usopp. However, this newfound peace did not last. Baroque Works agents arrive with orders to kill the giants and the Straw Hats. Mr. 5 secretly rigged Dory's drink to explode, leaving him injured before his duel with Broggy. In the chaos, Mr. 3 and Miss Golden Week capture Zoro, Nami, and later Vivi, trapping them in a giant wax candle set meant to turn them into statues, while Luffy is pinned down and manipulated by Miss Golden Week's painting powers. The crew fights back desperately. Usopp eventually snaps Luffy out of his hypnosis and helps create a plan to melt the wax before their friends are sealed forever. Luffy defeats Mr. 3, Usopp outsmarts Mr. 5, Karu helps defeat Miss Golden Week, and Nami and Vivi help to turn the battle around as well. Meanwhile, Sanji accidentally intercepts a call from Mr. Zero, aka Crocodile, giving the crew a small but important advantage by pretending to be one of the agents in Baroque Works and saying that he killed the Straw Hats. In the end, Dory and Bragi recover and repay the Straw Hats by helping them leave Little Garden, destroying the giant island eater in the ocean so the crew could continue their journey towards Alabasta. Drum Island. After leaving Little Garden, the Straw Hats are thrown into another crisis when Nami comes down with a deadly fever, forcing the crew to abandon their route and head for Drum Island in search of a doctor. On the way, they're attacked by the gluttonous pirate Wapol. Yo, look at this man's ugly fucking beak, bro. Like, this man pissed me the hell off, bro. Buddy's out here eating fucking wood with his ugly ass metal jaw. Get this man off my screen. But Luffy sends him flying before the crew reaches the snowy kingless country. There, a knight named Dalton explains that Wapol had once ruled Drum as a cruel tyrant, forcing all the doctors in the island to be under his control so that people would have to depend solely on him. Now, only one doctor remains, the feared but brilliant Dr. Kariha, who lives high atop Drum Castle. With Nami growing worse, Luffy carries both her and the injured Sanji up the freezing mountain after surviving an avalanche, collapsing at last before Kariha and her strange reindeer-looking assistant named Tony Chopper. While Nami recovers, Chopper's tragic past comes to light. Once a normal reindeer, after eating the human fruit, he turns into a half-man, half-reindeer hybrid, resulting in him being rejected by both humans and reindeer as a monster. Yo, this was the saddest arc in the story so far. Honest to God, this arc pulled at my heartstrings. Like, yo, when Tony's crying and all he wants is a friend and a home, like, yo, let Tony live, bro. Chopper's my guy. Chopper eventually gets taken in by the eccentric Dr. Hiruluk, who inspires him to become a doctor as well when Chopper overhears that Hiruluk was dying from a terminal illness. In a desperate attempt to save him, Chopper goes on a quest to find this rare-ass mushroom that he read about in one of Dr. Hiruluk's books that could cure any disease. He goes back through his old reindeer buddies, fights them, almost loses his life, but Chopper gets the mushroom, comes back home, and makes a mushroom soup for Dr. Hiruluk out of deep love and desperation to save him. Unfortunately, Chopper misread the book. The medicine was not a cure-all for any disease, but a poison that would kill anybody. Hiruluk, realizing this, ate the soup anyway, as he wanted to avoid breaking Chopper's heart, and chose to accept that his adoptive son was only trying to save him. He drinks the poison and decides either way he's gonna die, so he might as well go out guns a-blazing. Pulls up on Wapol's castle and, in a desperate attempt to try and save the people of Drum, ends up sacrificing his life and dying in the process, leaving Chopper all alone. After this, Tony was taken in by Dr. Kariha and became her medical assistant, eventually being taught how to become a doctor by her himself. Now, as Wapol returns to take back his kingdom, he attacks Drum Castle and tries to destroy Hiruluk's pirate flag that was left behind, but Luffy protects it with his own body. Chopper finally fights back using his rumble balls to defeat Wapol's fused henchmen, while Luffy chases Wapol down and blasts him away for good. In the aftermath, Luffy convinces Chopper to join the crew. As the Straw Hats depart, Kariha gave her student a final farewell by filling the snowy sky with the pink cherry blossoms, which was Hiruluk's plan to reignite the sparks in the people of Drum Kingdom, sending Chopper off towards Alabasta and a new life at sea. Alabasta. On the way to Alabasta, the Straw Hats, unbeknownst to them, meet Mr. 2 Bon Clay after accidentally hooking him while fishing. His strange but entertaining personality quickly wins everyone over, and he shows off the clone fruit by transforming his face into most of the Straw Hats before leaving. After he leaves, Vivi's horrified when she realizes too late that this cheerful new friend was actually one of Baroque Works' top agents. To protect themselves from his impersonation ability, the crew secretly marks their arms with X's before continuing on. When they finally reach Nanohana, they find out that Crocodile is worshipped as a hero by the people, even as he secretly works to destroy the kingdom from within. In Nanohana, Luffy wanders off in search of food and accidentally crashes into a confrontation between Smoker, the chain-smoking marine with the smoke fruit, who can turn his own body into smoke, and everyone's favorite, Portis D. Ace, His carelessness leads the Marines straight to the crew, but Ace steps in and rescues them using his Flame Fruit powers, revealing himself as Luffy's older brother, and later gives Luffy a card before leaving the desert. Vivi then sent Karu ahead to warn the palace of what's going on. After that, the Straw Hats cross the desert, battling heat, thieves, giant creatures, and exhaustion. They pass through ruined landscapes and eventually reach Yuba, where Vivi reunites with Toto and is reminded of her childhood bond with her friend Koza, now the leader of the rebels. There, Luffy challenges Vivi's desperate plan to stop the rebels directly, arguing that none of it would matter if Crocodile remains free. After a fierce argument, Vivi accepts that they have to go to Rain Base and strike at the real source of the war, Crocodile himself. At the same time, Crocodile gathers Baroque Works' top agents and sets the final phase of his plan in motion. In Rain Base, the Straw Hats run into Smoker again and are lured into Crocodile's casino, Rain Dinners, where Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, and even Smoker are trapped in a sea stone cage. Vivi, however, was separated before this and was not captured, and Crocodile openly explains how he intended to collapse Alabasta through deception and spark a civil war between the royals and the rebels. Meanwhile, in Nanohana, Bon Clay disguises himself as King Cobra and falsely confesses to using dance powder, a forbidden substance that causes rain to appear in one location at the expense of depriving other locations of rain, causing droughts, effectively causing the drought throughout the rest of the kingdom and contributing to the suffering that has been going on to the commoners in other parts of Alabasta. Hearing this, the rebels are driven into a frenzy, which pushes Koza to declaring all-out war. Elsewhere, Sanji, acting as Mr. Prince as a cover, outwitted Crocodile with a phone call, worked with Chopper as a decoy, and helped free the trapped group. Luffy then stayed behind to fight Crocodile, but is utterly defeated, stabbed, dehydrated, and left for dead in the desert before secretly being saved by Miss All Sunday, Crocodile's second in command. As the rebellion explodes in Alabasta, the crew split up to stop Baroque Works officers and uncover the hidden bomb meant to ensure total destruction. Usopp and Chopper then defeat Mr. 4 and Miss Merry Christmas. Sanji beats Mr. 2, Nami overcomes Miss Doublefinger, and Zoro defeats Mr. 1. Vivi then races through the city trying to stop the fighting, only to learn that the cannon in the clock tower is actually a timed bomb. Her honorable knight, Pell, carries it high, transforms using his devil fruit powers, and carries it into the sky, seemingly sacrificing himself to save the capital. But even then, the armies keep fighting because no one can hear Vivi's cries to stop. Elsewhere, in the royal tomb, Miss All Sunday leads the real Nefertari Cobra, Vivi's dad and the king of Alabasta, to the Poneglyph, an ancient artifact with text said to know the location of an ultimate apocalyptic level weapon. Crocodile arrives seeking its secret and then turns on both Miss All Sunday and Cobra when Miss All Sunday refuses to tell him what the Poneglyph really says. Luffy then returns for one final battle, now understanding that Crocodile's sand body. Oh yeah, which I forgot to mention. The reason this man is so dangerous in the desert is because he has the sand fruit. So Buddy's literally just turning into sand and making it so you can't even hit him. Buddy's like Gaara on steroids. Luffy figures out though that Crocodile's body can be struck when it's hardened by liquid, even blood. Though poisoned by Crocodile's hook, Luffy refuses to fall, enduring everything thrown at him, and manages to harden Crocodile's body using his own blood. With the Gomu Gomu no Storm, a barrage of Gum Gum pistols, smashing Crocodile up through the bedrock and into the heart of Alubarna. With Crocodile defeated, rain finally falls on Alabasta, and the war soon comes to an end. In the aftermath, Vivi chooses to stay behind and help rebuild her country. The Straw Hats, unable to publicly acknowledge her as the Marines come approaching in, raise their marked arms in a silent farewell to Vivi. But just as they leave, Miss All Sunday reveals herself on board as Nico Robin and asks to join the crew. Luffy accepts and the crew sails on from Alabasta, carrying both the pain of goodbye and the surprise of a new beginning. And that's the end of the Alabasta arc. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon so you never miss another update, and until next time, peace.